Hey guys, a lot has changed in the stock market since my last video. So let's take a look at the stock market right now. The Nasdaq has corrected quite a bit from the top, from its all-time high of 13,866. I think that's the level, and now it's down about. Only 11%. So this looks to me is only a correction. And I personally think that this particular correction in the Nasdaq itself is just really, really um, mild. Even this one that from September 2nd to September 22nd. So this one lasts for about 20 days, and this one's a 14%. So right now, the maximum retracement we had is only 12%. So I don't think this is over. I'm more inclined to see this thing go down, goes down by 16% at least, right? To this particular trend line that I drew from long time ago. I haven't revisited this chart for a while, but even right now I revisit this chart, I can see that this trend line seems to be something of importance. So I am expecting Nasdaq to correct further, which means the some of the components of Nasdaq, for example, Tesla, right? Tesla has gone down about. This correction is pretty severe from Tesla's perspective. You can see that this thing, Tesla, since the March low, the biggest correction Tesla ever had was 34%. And right now we have gone down by more than, let's see, more than 39% already, almost 40%. So this is this is probably the biggest correction that Tesla ever had since the last March. And I think this thing could continue to go down further by maybe a little bit, just following the Nasdaq logic, right? Because I'm expecting Nasdaq to correct maybe 16%. So if the Nasdaq goes down even further, Tesla as part of it, means it could correct. It could correct even more extreme magnitude compared to this 39%. So one thing that some of the worst case scenario that I can think of for Tesla would be something like Nvidia, right? So if you look at Nvidia, there was a correction back in 2018, I believe. Let me just put this here. So Nvidia had a correction back in 2018 October. I remember this. Nvidia had a nice bull market run, nice run up from 2017 to 2018. So most of the run happened, from April 2017 was $97, went all the way to 290. If you bought in 2016, you could have bought at $24, and you could have it went all the way to 290. So that's more than that's like 15 times from 2016 low. Then there was a quick correction from the 291 level all the way down to only 121. This is a, let's say, 57% retracement all the way, and it happened in 90 days. It happened in 90 days in only, I think, only like 30 trading days. Let me just take a look here. From top bottom, it was only 62 bars, so only 62 trading days. You can see that Tesla here, we are at 37 days. Nvidia was kind of a crash here, and Tesla actually hovered a little bit, consolidated a little bit, then it started falling apart. So if we are measuring from the point where it starts to fall, you can see that here started to fall, and you can see that here we are looking at it's only 24 days and 17 trading days from the peak, and so in a worst case scenario, you could see this thing to fall further for maybe another half a month, right? And so So that's a scenario we had to be cautious. And if it does follow the trajectory of Nvidia, we should be looking at a potential bottom of let's say 57% retracement here. We could see potentially it goes all the way down to this level here, right? Which is a congestion area, like a consolidation area of the previous consolidation area back between August to November. I think that is kind of likely, right? So if you think about the price goes down all the way here, that means a lot of people who have bought in even at this level would be losing money because right now these guys are now selling because the price is still much higher from where they bought, right? They are pretty safe, but if you think about it, right? This is several months of buying, several months accumulation. If the price does fall to this level and maybe even goes through this level by a bit, a lot of people probably could be panic selling because majority of people who bought after the August 2020 would be at a loss. And if that's the case, this would be a very valid and a logical shakeout that the market could potentially exert on the participants here. And this could be leading to a shakeout. The price maybe goes down just slightly, goes down, penetrating through the level and did a shakeout, and then immediately kind of recovers and make a higher move to the all-time high. So that could be a scenario that we should watch for Tesla. So that would be my analysis, and this could be in conjunction, in coincidence with the Nasdaq keep falling down to the. Let me see. Where's my Nasdaq? Keep reaching down to the 11,000 level, right? 11,000 level. Okay, so that is something I'm watching out for. And the bounce from Friday looks pretty strong, but I'm not convinced this is over. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market right now. Oh yeah, just a disclaimer: I do not own any of the high-flying EV stocks anymore. I have sold all of them. I've sold all of them. I've sold my Romeo, RMO, Romeo Power. Back when it was just got merged, and I sold on the next day of the merger, on the merger date. So I sold around here at $30. Now this thing, oh man, this thing went down to $9. I also sold some of my kind of high flying SPACs. Actually, I sold my SPACs at a very pretty good timing. Actually, I got lucky. I got lucky with Blade, which is the SPAC here. Let me see here. Blade. EXPC, yeah. So the EXPC so I sold it when I heard the news that ARK Fund start buying this particular stock, right? So ARK Fund, Kathy would start buying this one. So I actually sold it around that time. There was a lot of social media buzz regarding to the ARK buying, Blade as an investment. And then I look at the stock. Actually, it started to dip. It started to peak for the next days. So I sold around here at $17. It wasn't the top. I mean, you can't really predict those. And then it kind of fell apart here as well. I also sold my SRAC around this level. So I sold them all together with the with EXPC, SRAC, my GIK. Actually, I sold this one as well. See, I have this graph from a couple of days ago. I was predicting, this thing could fall apart. It looks like all of them are actually correlated, right? Because all these ones are SPAC, EV, space. EV space, EV battery plays. So they all kind of like meme stocks here, and they start correlating. They start to move in almost the same manner. So I sold all of them around this level. Around after this particular peak, it started making a dip, then made a lower high. I sold at the lower high. What I still have right now is XNet. I still have XNet. I bought this one at 294 and then added here around 391. So it's still way above where I purchased it, but it has gone down quite a bit from the top, right? At the top was $11, so it had more than a 50% retracement. I still have it because this is still a cryptocurrency play actually, and I believe the cryptocurrency market is actually stabilizing right now. The cryptocurrency market, I don't think is going to follow what EV did, and I think the cryptocurrency market still has another run up in the future. So let's take a look at cryptocurrency right now. So one thing we don't want to take a look is Ethereum. You can see that this is a chart. This is a graph I drew last time. I believe that was a temporary bottom, and we're probably going to make a kind of maybe a higher high, and maybe we can even consolidate here, and then we kind of break this level and move even further to the upside. So it looks like the market is actually moving to exactly what I expected, what I was expecting, right? So I don't have much comments here besides this is actually moving as what I expected, and I actually bought more around here, not on Ethereum, but on some other assets that's correlated to Ethereum. For example, added to my Maker position when it dipped down, formed this double bottom here around 1700. I also added some of my altcoins like Polkadot here, and when it dipped below here around 26. 1 inch I bought a little bit more, but this one is not performing that well. Graph I did not buy more. Reef I actually bought more Reef around this level, around 0.02. And that's all the stuff I had pretty much. And yeah, Maker. I think Maker is probably potentially a sleeping kind of a sleeping giant here that could outperform in the next wave of frenzy here. But Ethereum is probably the safest asset you could buy right now. I think Ethereum is way more predictable than Bitcoin. If you look at the BTC right now, I'm just going to bring up the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin is actually slightly more volatile than Ethereum in my opinion, just based on looking at the chart. Sorry, that was in... although they do have a lot of... they are correlated, but you can see that here, Ethereum had a much kind of a mild correction compared to Bitcoin here, right? Bitcoin came all the way down, then consolidated, and then run up again. And I personally think that Bitcoin could be underperforming in the next wave. The reason is it is very, I mean, the dominance, right? The reason is dominance. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance right now. Where's the dominance? Okay, Bitcoin market dominance, right? So in the later stage of bull market, I think we are closing in to the late stage of crypto bull market. So if we are looking at the late stage crypto bull market, just use history as a guidance, right? In the late stage of crypto bull market, the Bitcoin dominance would fall dramatically in the last one though. In the last one you can see that between December, the roundup between December 2017 to January 2018, the 2-month very extreme run-up, Bitcoin actually significantly outperformed all the other crypto assets, such as Ethereum, such as EOS, such as Litecoin. All these smaller market cap were catching up to the Bitcoin market cap, because Bitcoin back in November 2017 was already so huge. It was 70% of the entire crypto market cap, and what happened was it just the amount of money that takes to move Bitcoin, it just become so demanding that the the traders in this market, the investors in this market, decides to push up all the other altcoins, right? The shit coins, the the smaller market cap, right? So if we look at the coin market cap right now, so it's highly recommended you want to look at some of the top, add some of the top altcoins to your portfolio. That's something I think you should be focusing on. Instead of adding more to your Bitcoin position or even your Ethereum position. I think Ethereum could underperform a lot of potential candidates on this page that's below Ethereum. So I would say, so if you look at this, right, we should ignore Tether. We ignore Cardano and okay, let's ignore Tether, right? Tether is stable coin. So you can see that Bitcoin is $919 billion in market cap. The second is Ethereum is 190, which is only a quarter of the Bitcoin's market cap, right? But the third position, Cardano right now. The Cardano is only 35 billion, and which is like less than 5% of Bitcoin's market cap, right? Less than 5%. And Binance Coin is less than 5% of Bitcoin market cap. It's less than 10% of the Ethereum, sorry, not 10%, like less than 20% Ethereum market cap, right? And then we're looking at Polkadot. So it's much easier for the investors to push any of these up by a huge percentage point than trying to pushing up Ethereum and Bitcoin. So focus on finding the gems, in the token that is ranked under in the range of 3 to maybe 50, right? Some of these are going to go up significantly in the next wave. So focus on finding a gem in that. So that would be my suggestion for you to, if you're doing any research in cryptocurrency market, if you're looking for opportunities, I think real opportunities are in the altcoin market right now. Okay, so that's all I want to talk about today. So I think Bitcoin dominance is going to fall. So I am going to maybe draw some chart here. I'm going to say eventually it's going to fall, maybe by, okay, that's too far. Maybe by July it's going to fall a lot further, right? So maybe it's going to consolidate here and we get a next wave in July or even earlier in June. This thing could fall a lot further, just like this, just like here, in a very short period of time to because all the altcoins are going to be pumped. So yeah, and that's for everything, and enjoy your weekend, and see you next time.